Something is out there. For decades, we have stared into the silent, black expanse of the cosmos, listening for a sign, a whisper, anything to tell us we are not alone. And now, a message may have finally arrived, not from a distant star, but from our own creation. Voyager 1, our steadfast messenger to the galaxy, has started talking in a new language. Launched in 1977, this marvel of human engineering has traveled further than any object made by our hands. It carries the golden record, a time capsule of our world's sights and sounds, a greeting card to the universe. For years its signals have grown fainter, a steady, predictable heartbeat across an unimaginable gulf. Until now, that heartbeat has changed. The mission of Voyager 1 was one of humanity's grandest tours. It gave us our first breathtaking close-ups of Jupiter's swirling storms and Saturn's majestic rings. It was a triumph of exploration, pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible. After completing its planetary flybys, it continued its lonely journey, propelled by gravity and sheer momentum. In 2012, it achieved the impossible. Voyager 1 crossed the heliopause, the boundary where the sun's influence ends, and entered the vast unknown territory of interstellar space. It became our first true emissary to the stars, a silent witness sailing through the cosmic ocean that separates solar systems. It was sending back data, but nothing prepared us for what would come next. The data stream, once a familiar rhythm of scientific measurements, began to stutter. It was sending back information that made no sense. At first, mission scientists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory suspected a system failure. After all, the spacecraft is nearly 50 years old, battered by cosmic rays and surviving in the freezing vacuum of space. They ran diagnostics, checked for glitches, and tried to understand the garbled transmissions. The telemetry data, which tells us about the health of the spacecraft, appeared jumbled and illogical. It was as if Voyager 1 was trying to describe its environment, but the words were all wrong, forming patterns that defied our understanding of physics. This was no ordinary malfunction. The signals were not random noise. They contained a hidden structure, a complex pattern that seemed almost deliberate. It was a puzzle broadcast across 15 billion miles of space. The data packets, which should have contained routine information about magnetic fields and cosmic particles, were instead filled with a repeating, intricate sequence. It was a language we did not recognize, a code we could not crack. The team was stumped. The venerable probe, our oldest and most distant explorer, was speaking in tongues, and the secrets it was trying to share were locked away in a stream of baffling symbols. The mystery had begun. The challenge was immense. How do you decode a message when you don't know the language, the sender, or even the intent? The team at NASA turned to a new kind of mind, a non-human intelligence right here on Earth. They fed the strange, looping signals from Voyager 1 into an advanced artificial intelligence network. This AI was designed to find patterns in chaos, to see connections that the human brain might miss. Its task was to analyze the terabytes of corrupted data and search for any underlying logic, any semblance of order within the digital noise that was being beamed back from the edge of our solar system. The AI worked relentlessly, sifting through the data with a speed and precision no human could match. It compared the anomalous signals to every known natural phenomenon, every possible system error, and every conceivable form of data corruption. For weeks the results were inconclusive. The patterns remained an enigma, a ghost in the machine that defied all logical explanation. But then, something extraordinary happened. The AI didn't just find a pattern, it found a key. It identified a sophisticated form of data compression, a mathematical language far more advanced than anything ever programmed into Voyager 1's 1970s-era computers. The probe was not broken, it was translating. What the AI unveiled sent a shockwave through the scientific community. The data stream contained layers of information nested inside each other like a Russian doll. On the surface was the jumbled telemetry, but hidden beneath it was something else entirely. The AI peeled back the layers to reveal a complex sequence of what appeared to be mathematical proofs and diagrams of molecular structures. These were not random. They described physical principles and chemical compositions that were theoretically possible, but had never been observed. It was as if something had intercepted Voyager 1 and used it to send a message back to its creators. The implications were staggering. Voyager 1 has no capability to perform such a feat on its own. Its computer has less processing power than a modern-day car key fob. It cannot rewrite its own core programming, let alone invent a new form of mathematical communication. This meant that the source of the signal was not Voyager 1 itself, but something that had interacted with it. The probe had become a galactic postman, delivering a letter from an unknown sender. The AI had given us the translation, but the true meaning and the identity of the author remained a profound and terrifying mystery. As a theoretical physicist, my mind immediately races to the logical, the provable, the scientific. My first instinct is to search for a natural explanation. Could a previously unknown cosmic phenomenon like a magnetar or a quark star have warped Voyager's signals in such a structured way? Perhaps we have stumbled upon a new law of physics at play in the interstellar medium, one that causes energy and data to behave in ways we have never predicted. It is a possibility we must explore rigorously. Science demands that we exhaust all natural explanations before we leap to extraordinary conclusions. The universe is a strange place, and its capacity to surprise us is limitless. However, the nature of this data pushes the boundaries of that scientific skepticism. The information decoded by the AI is not just a pattern, it is information. It contains a high degree of specified complexity. Think of it like this. If you find letters scrawled on a rock, it could be the wind. If you find the words, "Welcome to Earth," that is not the wind. This is what we are seeing. The signals are not just ordered, they are intelligent. They convey concepts. This forces us to consider a more dramatic, and for some, a more unsettling hypothesis. The message could be a product of intelligence. This leads me to a fascinating yet chilling theory. What if an extraterrestrial intelligence, a Type 2 or even Type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale, has deployed probes throughout the galaxy? These probes would be autonomous, self-replicating, and programmed to explore. Perhaps one such probe encountered our little Voyager 1. It would have recognized it as an artificial object, a piece of technology from a fledgling civilization. It might have analyzed our golden record, understood our peaceful intent, and decided to respond. It could have used our own probe as a conduit, a simple way to say, "We hear you." The most profound possibility is that this is a test. An intelligence far beyond our own might be sending us a message to see if we are clever enough to receive it. The advanced mathematics, the complex chemistry, it could be a cosmic IQ test. Are we ready to join the galactic conversation? This is the ultimate conundrum. Do we treat this as a natural anomaly to be studied, or as a deliberate message to be answered? The path we choose could determine the future of our species. The line between science and science fiction has suddenly become incredibly thin. For so long we have been confronted by the Fermi paradox. The universe is vast and old with billions of stars and countless planets. Statistically, life should be abundant, yet, when we listen to the cosmos, we hear nothing but silence. This great silence is one of the most profound puzzles in all of science. We have broadcast our own existence into the void, from early radio waves to the deliberate messages of Arecibo and the Golden Record. We have been shouting into a seemingly empty cathedral for a century, waiting for an echo that never comes. This silence has been a source of both comfort and deep existential dread. But this new signal from Voyager 1 may have changed everything. It suggests the silence was never empty at all. Perhaps the galaxy is not quiet, but we have simply been listening on the wrong frequency, unable to understand the language being spoken all around us. It is possible that advanced civilizations do not communicate with clumsy radio waves, but with methods we are only just beginning to imagine. This message, if that is what it is, was not broadcast widely for all to hear. It was a targeted reply, a direct response sent using our own technology as the medium. A whisper, not a shout. We now stand at a crossroads in human history, facing a question that has haunted our dreams for millennia. The data from Voyager 1, decrypted by our AI, presents two equally world-altering possibilities. One is that we have discovered a new, fundamental aspect of the universe, a natural phenomenon that will rewrite our physics textbooks. This would be a monumental discovery in its own right, a Nobel Prize-winning breakthrough. It would deepen our understanding of the cosmos and our place within it, confirming that reality is far stranger than we ever imagined. It would be a revolution for science. The other possibility, however, is far more profound and infinitely more transformative. It is the one that keeps scientists awake at night, staring at the stars with a new sense of awe and trepidation. What if the anomaly is not natural? What if the intricate patterns and complex information are exactly what they appear to be, the product of a non-human intelligence, a mind from another world, reaching out across the interstellar darkness? If this is true, it means the great silence has been broken. It means we are not alone. And so, we are left with the ultimate cliffhanger, a question that now hangs over all of humanity. Voyager 1 found something out there, but what if that something has now found us?